Hi friends, my name is Sonia and welcome to today's lesson. Well, I am really excited about today's lesson. Ask me why? Well, that is because today's lesson is all about friendship expressions. Basically, it's all about friends. Do you remember when we were in school, a common topic given to us to write essays on used to be my best friend? And wasn't that really simple to write about? Well, that is because friends are so very important in our lives. Imagine how boring our lives would be if we didn't have any friends. And don't we all have different kinds of friends? Some friends are very sweet and nice. Some are really naughty and mischievous. Some of our friends are really annoying. Some are really intelligent and some are not so intelligent, so let's not talk about them. Today we are going to talk about different expressions that we can use in English in order to describe our friends and describe the kind of friendship we have with our different friends. So let's get started. My first sentence for you on the board is, my best friend and I have been through thick and thin together. Let me underline that for you. My best friend and I have been through thick and thin together, which means that we have supported each other through good times and bad times. Yes. This means that this kind of friend has always been there for you, whether you've had a tough day or you've had a really nice day, and they've always stood by you. So for example, I have a friend whose name is Sue, and she has always been like this. She has always been there for me. So I can say something like, Sue is my best friend and she and I have been through thick and thin together. Okay? That's how even you can use the sentence. Now the next one I have for you on the board is, my best friend is such a good laugh. Yes, my best friend is such a good laugh. Which means that my best friend's company is really enjoyable. Yes. When I say that my best friend's company is really enjoyable, it means that this person has a good sense of humor, cracks the best kind of jokes, and really is just best company to be with. You know, when you're down and out and you want someone to cheer you up, you go to that kind of a friend. So if you have someone like that, you can say, my best friend Peter is such a good laugh. He always lifts my mood. Okay? The next one we have for you is, my best friend and I are like brothers from another mother. So let me highlight that. You can always make a sentence like, my best friend and I are like sisters from another mother. Which means that even though you're not siblings, you are not blood related, but you know each other so well and you take care of each other so well, you're almost like siblings, almost like brothers and sisters, but obviously you all are not related. So, you all are like friends who are always taking care of each other, and you all are not siblings but almost like brothers and sisters. The next one that I have for you is, I can always turn to my friend for advice. Now what does this mean? Does this mean that I always turn to my friend for advice? That's not what it means. What it means that I can always depend on my friend for any kind of advice or help. Now I'm sure you guys must have noticed that in every group, there's always this one friend or maybe more than one who is really wise and who would really take care of you and advise you whenever you're in any kind of trouble. And whatever small little thing it could be, you would want to walk up to that friend in order to get any kind of advice. So that's when you can use a sentence like this. You could say, well, Sam is someone I can always depend on. I would always turn to my friend Sam for any kind of advice. Okay? The next one is also really nice. It says, my friend always stands up for me. Well, yes, my friend always stands up for me means that this particular friend of mine will always back me up, who will always support me. So let me write that down for you. My best friend will always support me. So when my friend knows that I'm in the right, that I have not done something wrong, or supposing I want to make like a career decision which maybe the others are not really accepting, this friend will still support me, will still stand up for me knowing that I'm doing the right thing. So I can always say, my friend always stands up for me whenever I want to do something new or I don't have support from anyone else. All right? The next one we have is, I know that my best friend has got my back. I know that my best friend has got my back. Now, got my back means that this person or this friend will always watch out for me. So I remember a few years ago when I wanted to move into a new neighborhood, a new area, and I wasn't sure of how the place was. One of my friends actually decided to go into that area, see how it is, check out the kind of places, the kind of people who live there, to make sure that that particular neighborhood is really safe and nice for me. And that made me feel really good because that friend of mine actually had my back. He was watching out for me, making sure that I'm safe and not harmed in any way whatsoever. Okay? Now the next one we have here is, my friend's lips are always sealed. Now what does this one mean? This one means that this particular friend of mine can keep a secret really well. And tell me how many people can do that. So if you have a friend who can keep secrets really well, what you can say is, my friend's lips are always sealed. So I'll just write that down for you here. Okay, the next one we have on the board is, he is not a fair weather friend. He is not a fair weather friend, which means that this friend of mine is not friends with me only during my good times, but also during my bad times. So for example, I have a friend named Maria and she has always stood by me during my good times and bad times. So I can say that Maria is not just a fair weather friend, she has always stood by me. Okay, that's what this one means. The next sentence we have is, she is my lifelong buddy. Now we all know what buddy means, right? Buddy means a really good friend. And lifelong means someone who you have known for a long time and you probably want to know them for the rest of your life. So she is my lifelong buddy means you are friends with this person for a very long time. Friends for a long time. This could possibly be like your childhood friend or your school friends. We know them since childhood and mostly we try to keep in touch with them. So then they become our lifelong buddies. And the last and final one we have is, me and my friend are joined at the hip. Now this is an interesting one. Joined at the hip over here means we are not physically joined at the hip. This means that we are so inseparable, we are inseparable, we cannot be separated from each other. We always are together wherever we go, we do everything together, have the same kind of hobbies, etc., etc., and so on. So you can say that we are inseparable or always together. Like there are many friends like that who always do the same things, and you can say something like, Peter and me are joined at the hip. So guys, these are some of these wonderful expressions that we have which we can use to describe different friends that we have. And I'm sure you would like to pick up at least a few of them and start using them in your day-to-day language, alright? And now, after talking about friends so much, I am really missing my best friend, so I'm going to go give her a call. Till then, you take care and keep practicing. Bye-bye.